he feels he's the best 11 starting, then he'll do it. But he might want to go in there, be a little bit more cautious against Arsenal. We know how well Arsenal played against. We saw them against Liverpool at the weekend, how well they've done this season. So it wouldn't surprise me if he starts on the bench against Arsenal.
On the back of the Sun, they go with Joe agrees he needs a break, but it could be a long one in brackets. Is of course Joe Hart, who's been dropped again for the City game in the Champions League. That's a big statement, isn't it?
Well, you and I had this conversation last week. I personally would have played him. I don't think we were going to find anything out against Norwich. As it turned out, I don't think anyone saw 7-0 coming. But if he's dropped him, this is a bigger statement, dropping him for the Champions League game than it is against Norwich at home. Norwich are one of the sides that could possibly go down this season. So this is a bigger statement in...
Do you know who they've got off the top of your head on the weekend?
No, I don't.
Okay, Sunderland.
Sunderland away it will be, won't it? Listen, Pantilimon, if you've got that shot, this is a big test for him as well. I mean, I don't know how many times he touched the ball, but you could have played in goal. You could have played in goal.
It is Sunderland away on Sunday.
Yeah, you could have played in goal and against Norwich, and you'd have picked up a win bonus. That's how poor Norwich were.
Okay, let's go through a few others.
But going just on that again, he's got a decision to make, Joe Hart, because if we get to January and he hasn't got himself back in that side, he's only going to
They'll buy another goalkeeper City in January.
Well, depends how Pantilimon does. If Pantilimon goes in there and keeps, let's say, between now and then 6 clean sheets and Man City win every single game, they may look at that and think, you know what, he's our number 1 goalkeeper now, Joe Hart's number 2. So he's in danger of finding himself in a situation where he could go into a World Cup as number 2 and Man City. I still think Joe Hart is the better goalkeeper, but Pantilimon's got the gloves, and you've got to be, if you're giving him that opportunity and he takes it, it'd be harsh to take him out. Why would you then drop Pantilimon if he's playing well?
City fans, I'd love to hear your views. What do you make of Pellegrini's decision to keep Joe Hart on the bench for tomorrow night's Champions League clash with CSK Moscow? 08717223333. It would be interesting to hear after the last few games that Joe Hart has played where he has made mistakes. Interesting to hear your views, whether or not you've changed your mind. The Mirror go with Torres hit by injury as Lampard and Cole are left sweating.
Say that again, mate. Sorry, I had something else.
On the Mirror, Torres hit by injury as Lampard and Cole are left sweating.
Okay, Torres hit by injury.
Yeah.
Okay, wasn't aware of that, but Eto'o can come in if that is the case. Mind you, I don't know if we can talk about Chelsea now. Should we leave it till after the break?
We can do. I'll do it. Well, let's have a little break because then I'll get your detailed view on it.
It says here that Cole and Lampard are sweating. I don't think Lampard will play at the Champions League. I think Ashley Cole will.
Okay. I've been told that Lewis might be dropped as well. The star go is Jose Axis flop Lewis.
Well, I don't know whether you saw him the weekend.
Yeah, he was awful. He bottled out of a few challenges, didn't he? We'll talk about this in a minute.
Andy Goldstein's Sports Bar. Weekday nights from 10 on Talk Sport.
The Sports Bar with Andy Goldstein on Talk Sport with the Lloyds Pharmacy online doctor.
77, 78.
Get expert confidential advice about erectile dysfunction at asklloyds.co.uk for better keepy uppy.
So he was like, growing a mo doesn't make you a gentleman, and I was like, Soz, but you are having a laugh. I don't just look good, I is doing good also. OMG, bro, you is? Totes, though. Gillette donates cash to Movember, like on my behalf, when I buy their range of products and stuff. Banging riposte.
Gillette, turning men into gentlemen this Movember. 25p donation to Movember per sticker pack sold. Get 25% off your Gillette Pro-Glide styler at larger Boots stores. Offer ends 26th of November, subject to availability.
Call of Duty Ghosts is out at midnight tonight in over 700 Tesco stores. For £40, you could be battling across war-torn LA. Finding your nearest midnight store is way easier. Visit Tesco.com. Tesco. Every little helps. Selected stores and availability. Offer valid on Xbox 360 and PS3. Over 16s only. Ends 10th of November.
As modern men, we're all supposed to be able to talk about stuff, aren't we? Awkward stuff. Embarrassing stuff. Stuff like impotence or erectile dysfunction. Well, sorry, but a lot of us blokes can't talk about that.
It's not easy to talk about erectile dysfunction. Lloyds Pharmacy's online doctor is a discreet and easy way to
Hello, Walk. How you doing, pal?
complete
Me?
online
assessment for confidential expert advice.
What have I done?
Don't avoid
No,
the
I'm
problem.
talking to Walcon.
Visit asklords.co.uk today.
On stream.
Advice subject to assessment.
The Press Pass with Des Kelly.
Stream you, dude.
With Sky
Yeah.
Bet. Get the inside scoop and go behind the headlines every Sunday night from 6 on the Press Pass on TalkSport. Des Kelly is joined by a panel of leading sports journalists to dissect the week's back pages and uncover the news that's about to break. The Press Pass on TalkSport with Sky Bet. Sunday night from 6. Serious sports debate with the leading price boost bookie, Sky Bet.
Talk Sport. On air, online and on TV at Freeview Channel 723.
Good, that's alright. Last night.
People want to let the boy know if he's going to continue playing in the fashion, the style we want, then he's going to have to get some protection from it. But we'll never ask for any. It's up to the referees to do what they think's right.
As of course David Moyes asking for a bit more protection.
But they haven't asked for it, he said. No, we're not going to ask for it, but he's asking the rest for protection.
And rightly so. You've got a young player like that.
So what? He's a young player playing in the big man's league.
Well, there's no reason why he should...
doesn't matter how old he is now.
Well, hold on. He wasn't protected in that game, so we...
Yes, he was.
No, he wasn't. He got stamped on.
Yeah, but the referee didn't see that. He's now being protected.
Well, there you go. Protect him.
You can't stop players stamping on him. He can't stop that. The referee couldn't stop that.
No, but you can protect a player when he's... You can be a little less lenient towards certain players. You can, Jay. You
can't go calling for referees to protect a player because of his age.
Well, you can. There's nothing wrong with that.
You can't go...
You've got to have a bit of common sense,
well,
you know.
Well, don't play him then.
Well, that's not the answer, is it?
Well, of course it's not. You can't go... You know...
I think, well, if it was your kid, you'd be going, yeah, give him a little bit of protection. You would, Jay.
Of course you wouldn't. He's playing in the big boys league now.
No.
Can't go protecting someone. Listen, he's a talented young man. He's playing with the big boys. No extra protection. If the referee thinks it's a foul, he should book the player. Not because it's Januzaj. Not because he's fouled him.
Protect him. 08717 223344. Of course he should be protected. Tom guys, while you're listening, Michael Owen. We know Michael Owen is. He tweeted this tonight.
I've arrived at Flemington. Over 4 hours until the race, and I'm shaking already. The beast is raring to go. Come on, Brown Panther.
Shane Warne, former Aussie cricketer.
Hey, soft lad, missing the Melbourne Cup. I wish Elizabeth Hurley and I were there in the beautiful sunshine, backing a winner and knocking back a few too many.
Freddie Flintoff, he tweeted this tonight.
To be fair, Bear Grylls has got nothing on you, Robbie. You survived all those years as a semi-pro footballer. #respect.
And Ollie Wilson, English professional golfer, tweeted this.
Oh, it's so great to be back home after 3 weeks, a spot of home cooking and a bit of couch time. Absolute heaven.
And Mike Graham, who takes over from us in an hour, tweeted this.
Morning from one.
Beast.
As that bloke once said, if I had a hammer, I'd hammer in the morning. But why did he have to use his hammer that early? And he went on about using it in the afternoon and evening and all over the land. Should he be stopped? And just to start you off, I think he should.
I gotta win this game.
From 3, Porky Parrington. That's right.
I got 2
and I'll be telling
defeats
you
in the
I wear
bounce
my
now.
Christmas jumper all year round, apart from Christmas. Intriguing. After 3.
Indeed he do. He'll be in an hour's time. In that time we've got back pages. Mike himself will be in the studio.
I'm getting injuries left, right and centre here.
On his show we've got Goldstein's weekend wound up. We've got European football chat. We've got lots all coming your way right after tonight's news and sport headlines with Nigel Bidmead.
There's still no trace of a terror suspect as the government's under pressure to explain how he escaped. Mohammed Ahmed Mohammed fled a mosque in West London on Friday disguised as a woman wearing a burqa. The 27-year-old reportedly connected to al-Shabaab militants in Somalia. Juma Bihai is a spokesman for the mosque.
Given our open door policy and our preparedness to work with every sector of the society, at times such events...
I've got Robin Van Persie out, injured, and now I've got Rooney out, injured.
The Professional Footballers Association has called for any player who loses consciousness to be removed from the pitch immediately. Tottenham are under fire for allowing goalkeeper Hugo Lloris to continue after he was knocked out yesterday. A rare motorcycle helmet could help identify a man wanted in connection with the murder of a British-Iraqi businessman in the Alps last year. French police have released an image of a bearded biker seen near Lake Annecy at the time. Sahad Al-Hilif from Surrey was shot, along with his wife and her mother. The helmet is one of
I gotta stop going on Facebook when I'm streaming.
And the head of British Gas,
You're gonna start?
Centrica, is
I gotta
to
stop
forego
doing
this
it.
year's
Why?
Because I use my laptop for
Saturday
chat and I
says
use
trust in the
my
energy sector
my
is at an
computer
all-time
for
low.
my FM. And I'm always on Facebook news site, and the time I look over, I miss a goal.
Offers like buy one, get one half price on Avon and Pirelli.
So I'm just wondering, did anyone notice the goal?
Conditions
I didn't.
I didn't.
Dry with clear spells tonight before it
I mean,
turns
your stream
cloudy
is all
with
watching you as well,
outbreaks
so.
of rain from the west.
Oh dear me.